they've got themselves into a situation where they don't really want the player. Player doesn't want to be there, but that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things in the NBA. He's still a $22-year-old with value, and you have to try to get as much value as possible. This isn't like, be nice to a kid and trade him somewhere where he wants to go just because he wants to go there. There are ramifications for that, and you need to get assets for that.
Yeah, I don't think bad faith is the right thing, but I think that Joe Lacob has his hands all over basketball ops and has for 4 years now.
Well, yeah, I mean, so does Vivek. I mean, Vivek has it's all over basketball ops.
Yep.
I don't go to Auburn Ale House that often. It's too noisy for me.
That's a big thumbs down for me. And that's not even a I'm getting older thing. I've never liked a loud bar.
Yeah, like it's a very, very like the ceilings are too high, and it's just like the sound is like pounding your ears the whole time. I can't deal with it. Although the beer's good, the food's good.
Maybe I just don't know what bad faith means.
No, I mean, I don't think
to me that means if I'm making an argument, I'm arguing this thing, but I know I'm lying. Like I say I want to call something out. You know what? Every year that there's been to me, a bad faith argument would be, I think that the production of these yellow hankies are attributed directly to the spread of COVID, because if you look, the year they produced the most hankies, that was the year COVID started. So it's like that to me is a bad faith argument.
I think the question that was asked.
I know that's not true, but I just want to blame this yellow hanky for a global pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, the question that was asked during the break was whether
I guess we should fill people in on that.
The Warriors are acting in bad faith, right?
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I don't think they're acting in bad faith. I think that, like, again, we know enough. If Kaminga wanted to be part of the Warrior squad, then he would have done what they asked him to do. Like, he would have started checking boxes at some point.
Yeah.
And the fact that he hasn't 4 years in is very concerning, because every team is going to have boxes that he needs to check. He doesn't just get to walk out there and take the ball and dribble, have a 35 usage percentage and take 27 shots a game. So are the Warriors acting in good? I don't know that the Warriors are acting in fully good faith here, but it sure does seem like they're being very transparent.
That's it. They're not operating in bad faith by saying, bad faith by the Warriors would be saying, hey, we've offered him a 2-year, $45 million deal. Don't know why he won't take it. It's like, well, because you're asking to waive the no trade clause in the second year as a team option. That's just all very public.
Yeah.
Bad faith definition, according to Google AI, which is always correct, generally refers to dishonesty, deception, or a lack of sincerity in one's actions or intentions, particularly in the context of legal or contractual obligations.
Yeah, they're not. They're, like I said during the break, they're acting as a business. This is a business transaction.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel good. And, are they, someone else brought up, like, the Kings, like, they went out and they traded De'Aaron Fox. Chris Juvenile said, the Kings were nice to De'Aaron Fox and sent him where he wanted to go for peanuts. That's not going to help. What the Kings did to themselves with the De'Aaron Fox trade was absolutely crushing. And it's what the Warriors are trying not to do. and it's at a much lower like scale, like basically half scale is what the Warriors are trying to not do. They're trying not to get stuck in a bad situation, but at 20 million, not 47 and 49 million. Right. And so, yeah, you should not, under any circumstance in the NBA, acquiesce to a player's ask to go to a specific team when they have a year and a half left on their contract.
Right.
That's not good business.
We have literally discussed why the Kings shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, 26-year-olds should not dictate where they go to a franchise. Like, you're a huge asset. That the Kings were paying De'Aaron Fox what, $37 million. Like, you're an employee. Like, you shouldn't be able to like completely dictate where you go. Now, Fox did dictate as much as he could, but the Kings didn't have to do that deal. Number one, they could have waited. That's option number one. They could have waited until the summer. And then during the summer, there would have been multiple options. You could have potentially traded him to San Antonio, but San Antonio probably wouldn't have made that deal. But you could have also, during that summer, when you're looking at things, you could have found a better deal somewhere else. You could have somehow patched things up with him and shown him that there's a path forward. But what you did, like, that to me was just bad business. And they, again, that's why you're paying for it now. And it's tough, but I see where the Warriors are with Kaminga, and they're trying to, squeeze as much as they can out of this situation.
Yeah.
But they understand that, they're dealing with a toothpaste tube that's empty, and they're like trying to roll it up and get the last little tiny bit out of what they can get out of him. And someone else brought up, hey, like, Kuminga isn't clean in this. And you're right. He's not.
No, he's definitely not.
No, I mean, that's my concern with Kaminga. Like,
I don't understand why and this is all sides of this.
Yeah.
There's the Kaminga stands, there's the Warrior fans, and then there's the Kings fans that are all trying to place blame on, like, well, the Kings are at fault because they didn't make a better offer. Well, the Warriors are at fault because they just won't accept the offer. Well, Kaminga's at fault because he didn't work on the right things. Like, man, no, we just talked. Let's take the teams out of it. Team A is trying to get player A for cheap.
Yep.
And Team B, which has player A, is trying to get the most for player A.
Yep. Like, and player A is trying to get the most money for himself and security and
control of his career.
Better control of his career, a better situation.
Right. Yeah. It's just that all these things are at odds with one another. The Warriors' mistake, and I will say this until I'm blue in the face. The Warriors' mistake was not anything that they've done this offseason. The Warriors' mistake was what they've done with Kaminga the previous 2 years. It was really, really clear. So there was the title run in Kaminga's first season.
Yep.
Excuse me. Yeah, that was his first season. 21-22.
Yep. Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah, because the Wiseman was the 20 draft. That's right. Okay. So this is his first year. During his second year, when he was not able to crack the rotation, it was just really clear that he was not going to become that guy. At that point, you need to start looking into, okay, what can we get for this guy? And they just never did that. They kept waiting and went, okay, this is going to be the year that he figures out. Oh, no, wait, this is going to be the year he figures it out. And now they're sitting here in restricted free agency. They didn't have the foresight to look ahead and realize there's not going to be any money out there for him. They didn't have the foresight to realize, hey, you know what? Hey, this isn't really going to work out for us. They kicked the can down the road and kept crossing their fingers. They're like, oh, hey, okay, maybe he's going to turn into something. And now they've run into this corner and they're at a dead end and they have nowhere to go.
Yeah. And a player that in their system has realistically gotten worse every year. Like the last, so his second season, just look at the 9.9 points per game is one thing, but the shooting percentages, 37% from three, that's their system. You've got it. If he could have shot 37% from three, he probably would be starting for them. But then he drops to 32.1 and then he drops to 30.5. Like, it's just really difficult to see where he will find success. And like, look, we've talked about this so many times about different players in the King system. I said it so many times. I mean, Davion Mitchell got so angry with Sacramento media, he unfollowed all of us,
blocked everybody.
basically blocked all of us. And I don't think we ever said anything. Well, I know I don't think I ever said anything negative about Davion. He works hard. He's a good kid. He's not a problem at all in the locker room or anywhere else. He's always been respectful, but he just doesn't fit. He doesn't fit the system.
Right.
He goes to Miami, boom, he fits the system.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about. Yeah, we talk about Toronto when he went to Toronto. Toronto is a much better situation for him. The style of play, Miami, better situation, style of play is fit for him. That's what we're talking about. There's a possibility that that's the same thing with Kuminga. He walks in the door and it's like, hey, look, he fits. That's what you're looking for. And he'll thrive. Or there's also the possibility that you run into the same exact thing. And you're like, look, man, you've got to get better on your defensive rotations. Look, you can't just, dribble the air out of the ball every time you touch it. Like if he has the same problems here and his career kind of sputters, then that's on him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, I saw this ESPN headline last night. I texted you about it.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't believe this.